Because if they collapse Burkina Faso, it will spill over into Ghana. Make no mistake about it. So this is a test from God for everybody.
That's truth.
Because when Kwame Nkrumah came, we're humans. We make mistakes, but we allowed the West to turn us against a Sagittal.
Next time,
no way!
Next time,
no way!
Next time,
no way!
An eye for an eye. We are not free
until we are free.
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 We're gonna protect our leaders. They killed Patrice Lumumba. They killed Muammar Gaddafi. They killed Kwame Nkrumah. They killed Thomas Sankara. Enough is enough. Bob Marley said, how long shall they kill our prophets? And we stand aside and watch. No more. We stand for each other. We are coming together and we are protecting ourselves. We recognize the power of having control of our own resources. And even as Ghana is taking control of their gold mines with gold bar, you see that the cedi is gaining strength, even over the US dollar. That's what all African countries are doing. We're taking our resources back and we're using it to build a stronger African currency so that we are no longer dependent on the West and their allies. And that's why we march in the day.
So first of all, I'm not just joining, but then I'm part of the Economic Fighters League. That is one of the organizing organizations for this. In fact, the lead organizer for this walk. We are working today in solidarity with the people of Burkina Faso and their leader, Ibrahim Traore. And the reason is simple. For a very long time, France had taken complete dominion and control over 14 African states, right? And this was more like their bona fide property. All the resources that were meant for the interest or the benefit of the people in those 14 African countries, including Burkina Faso, were going to the direct usage of France. And we're saying no more. For the very first time in a long time since Captain Thomas Sankara in Burkina Faso was murdered, doing the very same thing, we found a new force. That colonial arrangement is not going to continue. And they've retaken or they've reclaimed what belongs to the people of Burkina Faso. We are saying we march in solidarity with these people and will not allow the West to bully them like they've done every other person. We're saying this fight is not limited to the people of Burkina Faso, no. Once it is an issue of liberation, this affects the whole continent. And we're saying if they make any attempt to touch the people of Burkina Faso or their leader, we consider it an attack on every African youth. And today's march is to send that warning. In fact, this march is not limited to Ghana alone. You find out several jurisdictions are having this, even across Europe. So it's a show of solidarity to send a strong message out there that indeed Burkina Faso is not alone in this struggle. We, the African youth of today, are ready to stand side by side with our brothers wherever they may be to make sure we fight for that one objective, which is the total liberation of the continent and the eventual unification of the African states.
We are going to urge every leader in Africa that when you take a good decision for the land of Africa, the youth of Africa, we are ready to support you. The youth of Africa, we are ready to fight for you. This is not the time of Gaddafi. This is not the time of for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This is not the time of Thomas Sankara. This is not the time of Patrice Lumumba, DR Congo. That generation was sleeping. But this generation, Captain Traore generation is not sleeping. Ibrahim generation, we are working to make sure we revive the continent of Africa. I am not ready to go and die in someone's land. I am not ready to go and be a slave in someone's land. I'm an African. If I want to travel, I should go to Tanzania. If I want to travel, I want to go to Namibia. If I want to travel, I want to go to Burkina Faso. If I want to travel, I want to go to Egypt. If I want to travel, I want to go to Lesotho. If I want to travel, I want to go to Ethiopia. These are the countries that we want to travel to, not to be dying because of America. When their leaders are coming to Africa to come and pick the natural resource, then the youth of Africa, we are begging to go and work on the same natural resource the leaders of Europe and America have come and gathered from the land of Africa. Our leaders, are they not tired of begging from the West in America? I watched a video of Donald Trump and Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, when the president was sitting like a child, when your own colleagues Your own colleague president was speaking to you as his own biological son. It was very embarrassing to the continent of Africa. We are urging the leaders of Africa, they should take a decision, and we are ready to support them. We are ready to support them because we are the youth of Africa. We cannot fight for Americans. We can only fight for the land of Africa. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Yes.
Enough is enough.
Yes.
Enough is enough.
Yes.
Africa! Africa must be free. Hands off Africa!
Must be free.
Because the whole entire world survives off of the resources of Africa. But instead of coming to Africa to trade with the Africans, human to human, as Donald Trump said, and as the French president said, we don't consider the Africans as humans. They're not humans. So they don't feel like we have to trade with them. We just go there and take it like we're taking from a dog. But we are humans. And if you want anything from this continent, you're going to have to trade with us, human to human, or get the hell out. Simple as that.
Cha manyaba.
Yeah.
Nime name. Menegi. Mene hogba. Nimba hogba. Name hogba. Okloje mau.
Yeah.
Mene woba ohie. Ake Africa jakumi bi.
Yeah.
Ni won dromo. Mobo na le dromo kenile.
Yeah.
Ye no ni shishiwoje. Ake Africa odrowo. Shimowe pimo ke jira moy. Ni egba wona.
Yeah.
400 years ago, about more as slaves, Nakewati.
Yeah.
After 400 years, we fought back and we took our independence. Independence, I don't know what now. Before make I make no gold, diamond, oil, timber. Nake hawo. I'm a small. What I use can't what enche
Yeah.
No, I'm a big corporation. Say I'm a control and can resources. Say
Yeah.
no, when you know come na chole Traore. Eteshi mletwane no.
Yeah.
Nekele eke emusu enyi. Shimo edomoshike ha emambi.
Yeah.
Eneme blofo France. Ke blofo America.
Yeah.
Ameka me no shishi.
Que blofo GFA.
No amekele ntwa.
Yeah.
Ene amento abeteshi amewole.
Yeah.
Won wo ke wo pene. Shikwo ne be na adumo no wona menke woni men kaka na council I no rokekpo mangana
Yeah.
ke affect Jaku Africa fair because ni Ghana na independence 1957 the rest of Africa followed.
Yes, without saying much words, I would like to introduce Ernesto Yeboah. He is the Commander-in-Chief of Economic Fighters League. The organization behind this particular work, CIC.
Yeah. Fighters.
Joe Biden! Joe Biden!
You have to adjust yourself.
Well, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to all of us. The person me jamu ni na amasi. It's a revolution ebeba. Yeah, the revolution no. Yes, yes, anopano. Na asa wodi asa nkoko a omeja ene omona efi omonchen. Enso no sabri aye kase yeni na yenim se abro omoso. The message has been sent loud and clear. Ebekoso na yada the Ghana traditional authorities say for a day like this, say a yamria, you say ban on noise making, and we can only be respectful of our traditional rules because behind our rules no, there is some wisdom behind it. It is what brings Africa together. And so we cannot disrespect our traditions, we cannot disrespect our customs. And so we want to say a very big thank you to the Ghana people, the Ghana leadership, the chiefs, that in spite of their ban on noise making, they have affirmed that today's event, today's program, today's protest is not noise. Because when we define noise, it can only be defined as senseless noise. Sound that doesn't make sense. But the Ghana Traditional Authority, by allowing this gathering and this procession, have affirmed that calling imperialism's hands off Africa is not noise. Choboy, Choboy, Choboy. All of you are here on your own accord. Nobody paid for your transport. Nobody induced you with a t-shirt, food, as some neo-colonialists have turned our societies into. So that every time you see gatherings like this, you can be sure that it is a contracted crowd. But I say here and now that this is not a contracted crowd. You are here on your own steam. You are here on your own valuability. You are here on your own.
National Security for Protection.
We also want to thank the state, because as much as possible, everybody who knows the analysis of where Ghana stands, be we a state that is still reeling under neo-colonialism or not, we all know. And so it must have taken the state a lot to have allowed this gathering. And the symbolism, we started off at the African Unity Monument. That is significant. And by this we are telling a story. I can see Burkina Faso is here. In fact, let me put it a better way. I can see Africans who lived or have a tradition with the land of Burkina Faso here.
Revolutionaries.
I can see comrades who have a link with the province of Kenya here. I can see Nigeria here. I can see Sudan. This is a country in full-blown war. But when it came to hands off Africa, Sudan made a representation and they are here.
Pan-African revolution.
We want to thank all of you. This is your revolution. We have over 54 Pan-African organizations, as you can see on the banners, coming together to tear down imperialism. Sending home that simple message that they may have their atomic weapons, they may have their nuclear weapons, but when it comes to us and Africa, we are ready to tear them down with our bare hands. And that no French citizen, no American citizen is safe. Donald Trump may drop the bombs. Donald Trump and Macron can drop the atomic bombs and weapons. But they should be rest assured that there shall be mutual assured destruction.
Fire.
We shall make sure that none of their citizens feel safe
Fire.
on any soil that is called Africa. Choboy! This time, and so we started, like I said, from the Africa Unity Monument, and we have made our destination here to the Black Star Square. This is what our ancestors, Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, Marcus Garvey, and all expected us to become. That we become the Black Star. And so as we stand here at the Black Star Square, we are sending a simple message to imperialism. That this time, Choboy! Boy! Thank Thank you very much.
Chaboy! Okay, so my name is
Traore! Traore! Forward ever! Forward ever! Forward ever! It seems that everywhere I go, no matter where I'm at, where there's a gathering with revolution and freedom and liberation, somehow I'm called. And I always answer. And the reason I answer is because of our ancestors and our people, the masses of the people. Whenever they call, if you're a revolutionary, you have to answer. Yes, sir. Yes. If you're a revolutionary, you have to answer. And Ibrahim Traore is calling us now. The people of Burkina Faso is calling us now. I had the privilege to be in Burkina Faso in 1986, and I met Thomas Sankara. And I was there and I felt the energy of what a revolution actually is. It is not necessarily about picking up guns. It's about training yourselves politically, educationally, so that you can understand who the enemy is. And our enemy is U.S. imperialism. Our enemy is neo-colonialism and French imperialism. Our enemy is British neo-colonialism. And we must constantly organize ourselves. Kwame Nkrumah said, organization decides everything. If you're not organized, you can't decide anything. So I tell you, I beg you, Mepacho, get in some organization so that you can unite with the rest of the organizations here in Ghana so that we can get rid of neo-colonialism in our country. Organize yourself on a continental level, on a regional level, to get rid of neo-colonialism inside of West Africa. Reduplicate or duplicate what we see in Burkina Faso right now. We want Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to come together and form a socialist government. We cannot be afraid of socialism. We cannot shrink when we ask for socialism, because what socialism does, it tells us that all the resources in our country belongs to everybody. Our Constitution tells us that the president has trust, or that the resources are in trust of one man. We want that changed in our 1992 Constitution. That's something that we can do right now. When are we going to do it? Now. When are we going to do it? Now. When are we going to do it? Now. Change the Constitution so that the resources belong to everybody. And if you do that, you have made a step towards humanity. You've made a step towards the liberation of our country, and you've made a step to the total freedom and unification of Africa under all African Union socialist government. Thank you very much. And freedom! 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 We're at the Black Star. Look for the star. That's your guidance. Thank you.
Nitete. I'm representing the All African People's Revolutionary Party. This is Kwame Nkrumah's own party. It is the party that we need in our current political dynamics. All right? It's the party that we need in our current dynamics. If you see in front of my shirt, I have Jeune Liberation Africaine. I was in Burkina Faso 2 years ago on a day like this, the 25th of May, to organize with the Burkina Bay people on the Day of African Freedom and Emancipation. So we have been on the grounds and we know what is going on, and we say that this is Africa's type. And so the AAPRP, which is a mass-based political organization, anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist, all right, is here.
The anti-negatives.
Is here to lend support to Ibrahim Traore and the Sahel states. All right, where we are now, it is time for Africa to take back its resources, because Nkrumah says that Africa can no longer trust in anybody than itself and its resources. All right, so the gold, the diamond, and all of those resources that are due to us must come to us. We must own it, we must control it as a people. All right, we only get 3% in gold reserves in Ghana here. The oil is only 13%. The 87% is going to those big corporations outside. This is what Traore is trying to avoid. And America, France, says they don't want to accept that. But it's a lie, because we are here to support Traore in full support. There is a research that France, without its West African economies, will be less than a third world country. And yes, so we say, long live African freedom and emancipation.
Long live.
Forward to socialism. Forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh boy! Cho 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 boy! Cho boy! When Thomas Sankara started the revolution, he started with a message which the imperialists hated so much. The message was in French, so he always goes like, "Les impérialistes." Then, okay, my people are here, so just follow them for me. Les impérialistes! Les impérialistes! Les impérialistes! La révolution! So when Thomas Sankara said les impérialistes, it means the imperialists. Then the people always respond, "I'm back." So it means that the imperialists should go down. And he will shout and said, "The revolution," which is la révolution. Then the people will shout "en haut," which means that the revolution should go up, the imperialists should go down. Yes. So, les impérialistes, la révolution, la révolution. So, he always ends his speech with la patrie ou la mort. And then the people will respond, nous vaincrons. It means that homeland or death, we will conquer. So, if I say la patrie ou la mort, you shout, nous vaincrons. La patrie ou la mort? Nous vaincrons. La patrie ou la mort? Nous vaincrons. Yes, so this is the message that imperialists hated so much to the level where they have to take the man down. And today, it is not a surprising thing that this message is alive today in the mind of everybody and on the lips of everybody, which means that if you take one man down, you are going to have 1,000 people rising up speaking the same message. The message that they stopped, the message because of which Gaddafi was murdered through the CIA, Obama, United States, with collaboration with the African Union and co. This same message is alive today, telling them that Africa is for Africans. The resources of Africa is for Africans. It does not belong to the United States. It does not belong to France. It belongs to Africa. If ECOWAS and African Union, they have something to do when it comes to liberation of Africa, they should not channel their energy towards, Ibrahim Traore, the Sahel. They should channel their energy towards Sudan. They should channel their energy towards Togo. They should channel their energy towards Congo. That is where the people need true liberation. The Burkina Faso people, the Sahel people, they are already awakened. So African Union and ECOWAS, do your homework because the youth are not with you. Respect.
Nipa wunni mu ho a wuntumi nka wankasa wasem e wo se hu na wo se o we na metumi aye ende aboa me man ene yakoyenim nti yegina ha ya asem no tie obia fa nhye ni mu se fitiende a yegina ha yi obia nhwe ni onu so betumi aye a ode beboa ema ye man ebetumpon Papa na kasa bebre de mpese e besa abo but ye kire ye mpanimfo ni se wan ya woni amaye a obeko wo ya woni amaye a ye ne obetena ye a ye wo ha ye gina ha ema obia wo Africa kro yi so se wo ye fantinio wo ye nkranio wo ye pepenio wo ye nyina ye nipa ba ko nyankopon boy ye no wan boy ye se we ye we na we ye we but ejuma ba ko na ye beye a yedi enkabom beye eni adwempa ni akomapa no eno na ebebre yen enkunimdie nti se ya nhwe se Traore ewo Burkina Ghana so ya start wo baby no na wo so wo hwe se wo so de na metumi aye e de aboa me man na yenso ye nia yenye enije baako ne e de nkabom asomdwe Achina ye mem. Nya ndi afi na wo kwa akofa visa akọ obi krom. Na wo kọ ni krom a wakọ akọdani akwa wo ho. Masa wo krom na wo ye wo kro yi a wo so wo ye ohini wo krom. Saa na me hye me nuanom nkran se. Obi an ye ni obetumi. We a farmer. Ye wo farm ni ye. Because ye be didi. We ejuma bia we bia no hweso na ye ni ye because e won faso a ebeba ye da chimba nti na ye nyina ye gina ha ya sorry fiti ye mpaso ti esremo yeso ye message kakra ye de mamu se bibia mo wo bia no obi an ye ni obetumi no famboa ne man na man ni ntumpon Traore a start at 2 minutes wo so say yeso ye be ye bia to aso na ye man no etumpon. Mesdames, so boy, peace, love, and unity.
Sure. Blessed.
Greetings, comrades and friends. Today is a great day, African Liberation Day. And when we come to speak at African Liberation Day, we have to give respect to our elders, especially the elders who are revolutionaries and who are freedom fighters. So the first person I'll quote is Kwame Traore. He said, in order to be free, we must both materially be free and immaterially be free. That means we have to control our material resources and that around us materially. And also, we have to control the way that we think. And Kwame Nkrumah taught us that our philosophy must find its weapons in the environment and living conditions of the African people. And that's where the intellectual content of our philosophy must find its basis. And so we see that those of us here are fighting to get control of our resources. We already think that we need our freedom. We already think that we need our liberation. And we already think that we need to unite. Am I right? And so now, how do we turn that thinking into controlling our material conditions, our material resources? One, we have to have an independent ideology and philosophy from our culture. We in the Nkrumah's caucus, our philosophy is philosophical consciencism, and our ideology is Nkrumhism. And that gives us independence of thought. And then Kwame Nkrumah taught us that organization decides everything. We've already had a speaker, Comrade Sekou, who said we must organize. We must be part of an organization. So what we're doing today can be every day. African Liberation Day is not only 25th May, but African Liberation Day must be every single day until Africa is liberated, unified, and socialist. We stand with our comrades in Burkina Faso, in Mali, and in Niger. We see they're at war. We see that terrorists that are sponsored by the CIA, the MI5, the French, neo-colonialists, are financing terrorists in the northern parts of those countries. And our brothers are valiantly fighting against those imperialist-sponsored terrorists. We back them. We back them fully. We see that those in Burkina are making changes that are beneficial to the society. The African people need water. The African people need light. The African people need shelter. The African people need education. The African people need health care. We heard Comrade Gaddafi at Elwak Stadium come and say exactly that in 1999 here in Ghana. This is what we need. And so today, we say, this time, no way.
No way.
This time, no way.
No way.
This time, no way. This time, no way. What follows this time, no way? This time, no way. This time, no way. This time, no way.
traditional foods are no starch and carbohydrates mu bebre. But true green food, yes, starch and carbohydrates no kids way be na womb. Very healthy. A boom who buy free to say diabetes, kidney failure, cholesterol, hypertension, cancer, any true green food or more breakfast options to say cocoa, Tom Brown, oatmeal, any true green food. Oh yes, our products now 100% organic and natural. So we have the only to me deliver my baby a
My chef and party planner. You know we can't get this retirement/birthday shinding go wrong.
Everything is almost ready, but small problem.
Why, what's up?
We are way over budget, Kweku. Everything is almost twice the estimate.
Adibab, eh? No worries. So with Tap Send, I have got a cake and decorations covered from here. You handle the food. If any extra expenses comes up, just text me or call me. I'm off today, so I should be easily reachable.
Hey, Chairman, it is for day.
Say, no be easy, you. Chairman has time and money.
Allah,
Kweku tap, Kweku do, Kweku that.
I Chairman can't call you.
Hey, Alande, Chairman send them.
Tap send. Papa no.
Hello, love.
Gary, do you have Mommy's parcel for her big day?
The shipping company says it will take 1 month.
A month? Gary, use Rapid.
Rapid?
Rapid courier ships from the United States to Ghana and 9 other African countries within 3 to 5 days. Log on to rapidgroup.com, buy, ship to us, and we deliver right to your doorstep.
That fast? Yes, that's Rapid for you. Can you sign this?
I thought you only ordered Mommy's parcel.
No, I ordered a few car parts too.
Are you too busy to shop? We will shop for you. Rapid also has a luggage delivery service, so you can make that extra luggage and we will deliver at the lowest rate.
Rapid Courier, just shop, we deliver. Enjoy.
Spices day and one Remy spices or dinner Remy dependable.
Remy spices, Remy.
Young papa, what the Remy spices you work here? And what you are fine. Remy spices, dear, so who you swap. And for spices for Frobiafra. Flavors no so dear, baby. Chicken, goat, jollof, stew. Spices be our Washington. Remy will be home. And for what you are dear and to chacha. Remy spices, and Mariani decade.
Alakados Properties is ready to relieve you from the stress of finding units and setting up viewings or sell your house. Connect with Alakados Properties. We are specialized in sales and rentals of properties, property management, and consulting.
Alakados Properties is a real estate agency we work with, and we are committed to giving their guests the best experience in accommodation. You can also rely on Alakados Properties to find your long or short-term accommodation whilst in Ghana.
African market, and I'm Papa. African market. Order for so blondes ha. Now open African market. Papa Didra. Wakuma to yemudia. Malata African market. Edemu sronko. Smoked fish, meat, dry fish. Sao pekenki, rice, yam, fufu flour ni nnuane ahodo e free Africa. Afei, ye want to ma papa. Bonwire kente, adamumase kente, ahwene ahodo. Ene nneoma bebre na wobenya wo Malata African market. Hwehwe ye chi akwan ene number e wo screen so. Malata African market. African market mu King Kong. Malata African market. And I'm Papa. African market. African market.
At Diaspora Insurance, we understand the importance of dignified send-offs within Ghanaian culture and traditions. We also understand that you want to avoid the double trauma of your family grieving and not having the financial support to cover funeral expenses when you're not around. With our Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan, you can now cover yourself or your family in Ghana or abroad. With no medicals required, we'll accept you if you are under 75 years. Visit our website today or call us to complete a simple form in under 5 minutes. With Diaspora Insurance, your